Are you struggling to make progress on YouTube? Well, what if I told you that one of my worst made videos outperformed everything I've ever made since, and I still don't know why? Check out this thumbnail for that video that I posted in 2019. This is from my now abandoned channel that I haven't touched for around 6 years. The channel's in a similar niche to this channel, but more tutorial based. And that channel has 10 videos, I believe. That video did almost 55,000 views, gained my channel 299 subs, has a 17% click-through rate and 1,400 watch hours, and it's a 5-minute video. Now, to put that into context, Mr. Beast apparently has an 8.4% average click-through rate. But there's an even more strange twist, and this completely changed how I thought about YouTube growth. Stick with me. This video completely ignores all modern YouTube advice out there. It's a faceless channel. The video had no hook, a very basic, unsophisticated thumbnail, also with no face, no tags, a brief description without keywords, and a title that just says that what the video is about, with no vague curiosity loop that tries to manipulate viewers into watching. The first 1 minute and 15 seconds of this 5-minute video is just a rambling intro about my channel and stuff, and has nothing to do with the video subject. And yet all the metrics on this video are fantastic. And for some reason, while the video did okay at first, it really took off fully almost a year after its release, when many people say their videos are dead after a few days. YouTube just decided to push it more for some reason, and this video still gets views today, even though it's so outdated, it probably isn't even usable information anymore. I'll link it in the description if you want to check it out and see all its flaws and yet its success. Now here's the part that might just change your approach to your own channel. One problem as a new YouTuber is that people look at your low subscriber count and views and think that you don't know what you're talking about. So it's hard to get traction because you appear to lack authority. So even though on this channel I have 10 subscribers at the time of making this video, this old video proves that I do know what I'm talking about, right? No, not really, because it broke all of the modern YouTube rules but still managed to be an outlier. Why? I have no idea. Now, why would I say that? I do have other videos like this one with 31,000 views, so it's not a one-off, but I'm still here anyway telling you that I don't know shit. I've put myself down when I could be claiming I'm some kind of YouTube guru, right? And then try and sell you a course telling you how I did it. Well, I won't do that because unlike some of these gurus out there, I want to be honest with you. And I'm not a guru. I'm like you. I'm just some middle-aged bald guy on the internet trying to help others follow their dreams. So what it really comes down to is this one thing that they usually won't tell you. And that is that on YouTube, there are things you can measure and things you can't. Things you can understand and things you can't. Things you know and things you can only guess at. And for me to claim that I have some secret that I'm going to share with you for overnight success would be bullshit. Because even with access to the analytics of this video, there is still no way for me to really prove why YouTube pushed it or why it was successful. But if you have any ideas, I'd love to hear about them in the comments below. Now, I could try to make myself look clever by finding reasons why it succeeded and then telling you I'm some kind of guru. Hey guys, I'll show you how to guarantee a 17% click-through rate on every video. Be better than Mr. Beast for this bargain price of $3,000. And then show you a screenshot of that video as proof. But I'm not doing that because I want to be honest with you about YouTube growth, because I think that something that's lacking in this space sometimes is truth. There's too much, I've hacked the algorithm, or I've found the secret to viral videos. But I do have to question a lot of this because having a viral video and actually knowing why are two different things. And sure, you can probably pull up some analytics and say, oh yeah, it took off because of this, check me out, I'm a genius. But ultimately, that's just you looking for things to justify why something happened. It's called confirmation bias. Looking for evidence to prove a theory you've already decided is right, and ignoring the obvious things that show evidence against your hypothesis. If YouTube actually came out and gave you the reasons why something happened, then okay, then you have it. But until then, most of it is just guesswork in my opinion. You can maybe find correlations that appear to suggest that certain practices seem to make a difference if you get a big enough sample size, or you can look at what YouTube leadership says about growth, etc. in interviews. But really, it's still no guarantee. You can go out and do all the things they suggest and still not get anywhere. And maybe that's already happened to you. where something didn't work and then randomly it did. Or you followed all the advice and had no success. Let me know in the comments below because I'd love to hear your story. And I'm also happy to take a look at your channel if you want me to. Sometimes a second set of eyes is useful. So if you want me to do that, just comment "check me out" in the comments below and I'll take a look. So back to the subject then. Should you then look out for and try as many things as you can to succeed? Sure. But if you want more measurable and visible indications that you're improving, then perhaps it's better to look at things in an alternative way. I'll come back to that in a moment. But if you're new and you think you're failing, the first lesson is take what I just mentioned as a sign that maybe you should just keep going and getting better each video and not stress about your analytics. I think the key is to find things you can measure and then track and improve and record the results. Because that is the real way you can work towards success. Because ultimately, things can happen that are seemingly random on YouTube, or at least things that we don't have the access or data from to properly analyze. And therefore, there isn't anyone, in my opinion, who really knows how it works, outside of YouTube itself, of course. There are best practices for sure, and things that you can do that seem like they could be good things. At least they won't hurt, so why not give them a try? Like changing a setting or adding your video title to your thumbnail text when you upload it. It doesn't take any extra effort or time, so you might as well do it anyway, even if you don't know if it matters. But ultimately, it's about experimentation from what I can tell, so don't be afraid to go and try things out. Now, something I think is going to be key for you guys to keep in mind is what happened to one of my subscribers and inspirations, Raina. It blew my mind. So Raina created the Small Retired Life channel. Go check her out after this video. I'll link her in the comments below, or sorry, the description. Now, Raina made a video, I think it was about her 4th or 5th video. It was about being laid off from her job at 56 years old, and it went viral. And she was monetized in less than a month after creating her channel. But wait until you hear this. It was actually that video that took her to monetization with the amount of watch hours and subscribers needed in just 2 days. Yes, that's right, 2 days. And no, this isn't normal, but how did she do it? I doubt she'll mind me saying that she has no idea. She's lovely, so that could be a big part of it. But really the question is, why did YouTube take a channel that has no authority at that time, 0 editing or video experience, almost no videos, and just decide to push that video? There's little to no channel history to go from, no analytics. So how did YouTube find her niche audience? Don't know. I made a very similar video inspired by Raina after I was laid off work myself. I didn't expect anywhere near her success, and it was kind of an intro video to this channel because that was the start of my YouTube journey here. And yeah, at the time of making this video, that one has 25 views. Raina's has 834,000 views on that video alone. Now, how do you do that? Maybe the topic was trending at the time, or maybe YouTube somehow pushed Raina's video to the right people, and those initial people were interested, and that created a snowball effect. But really, there's, from what I can see, no way to really know, because even though Raina is a fantastic person, someone still needs to click the video to be able to find that out, right? So is it the title and thumbnail then? Maybe, but again, that's subjective. I like her thumbnail and title, but do you? What made it clickable among many other similar thumbnails? Or was her video presented to people without those other videos being shown too? Don't know, never will. There's no way to find that out. So really, we can only speculate on what it was that made this happen for Raina. But again, go check her channel out because she's fantastic. Now, just when you're maybe thinking, yeah, okay, AD, that was just a random 1 in a million example, here's another great success story that makes 0 sense on paper. Let's talk about another person I subscribe to and respect, Alexa Saranoia. She had a 10-year-old channel where she had put some effort into uploading weekly videos about 4 years ago. These were mostly random stuff she'd uploaded, including stuff about her architecture lecturing she currently worked with at the time. She had a few hundred subscribers from that content and then took a break from her channel, I believe, and then she came back and made her first video about YouTube growth, completely changing the niche of her channel. Again, the channel had no authority in the YouTube growth niche. How did YouTube know where to send her videos or manage to get it right? I don't know. But after releasing 2 videos that first week, she gained 172 subscribers in that week. Her videos that got her there were just about YouTube monetization requirements. So good info, but nothing groundbreaking or that hasn't been done 1,000 times before. Her thumbnail was colourful, but in my opinion, nothing special at that time. A bit like mine that I showed you earlier. So how do we explain what happened here? Again, I have no idea. And I think Alexa and her content are great. And I will link her channel below in the description. But how can we explain this success? I'm not sure. Okay, so what about Dave Geltimer? Well, I hope I pronounced your name right, Dave. But again, there's a link in the description. Now, he changed his niche from creating videos about board games to making videos about starting a YouTube channel. And then YouTube decided to suddenly push a 6-month-old video he had about his board games. Why after 6 months? And when he was also changing niche? No idea. So all of these people out there telling you it's skill, well, I don't know. That definitely helps. The better you get at this whole process, the better chance you have. And I can say that clearly in my video, I showed you, it's not a case of me having some magic, secret, hidden, super skill strategy that only I've discovered, and I'm going to share it with you. And there's so many unexplainable examples, in my opinion. I might have to do a case study, because I think for new YouTubers, this stuff might actually help. Now, you could look at it one way and get depressed and say, oh, well, no matter what I do, it's not going to matter. But what I want you to think about instead is that actually this should give you hope, because you never know when you're just that one video away from everything changing. And yes, that's a very guru thing to say, but I think that that is actually legit. So how do you keep going when none of this seems to make sense? Well, you need to make sure you're spending enough time on the things that do make sense. My opinion is that if you want to see results and give yourself the best chance of success in the long term, you try to focus on the things that you can improve every day. Things you can actually measure. For example, if you speed up your workflow and refine your systems for creating content, you'll be able to see that eventually, where you could only make 1 video per week before, now you'll be able to make 2 with no loss of content quality. Now, if you can do that, then you've just doubled your chances of success and of putting stuff out there that YouTube might eventually pick up. It's like fishing with more than 1 fishing rod at the same time. Doubles the chance of a bite, right? And if you do like fishing, you'll know that sometimes you go out and you catch nothing, but you still go back next time to try again. So as long as you enjoy YouTube in some way or have a dream that you're trying to achieve, then why would you treat YouTube any different than fishing? So what all of this should tell you as a new YouTuber is don't give up hope. We've only got one shot in the dark, just like everyone else. So in my next videos, I'm going to give you 5 things you can do right away to improve your chances of success on YouTube. It's going to have actionable tasks, and all of it will be stuff you can actually measure and see positive results from, not just generic advice that leaves you more confused than when you started. So when I've released that video, I'll link it on the screen right now, but if you don't see it on the screen now, I haven't made it yet. So subscribe to the channel and then you should get notified when I do. Hope this has helped. If it has, leave me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. Take care all, keep grinding, and thanks for watching.